let's get into our team selector ahead of the trip to Anfield South, as Liverpool do look to go in search of a 9th League Cup title. In goal, I'll be brave. I'm going to think there's going to be a change in goal. Cleveland Kelleher is going to be between the sticks for this one. Theo, what's the back four going to be?
Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson. I think it's one where normally you can't predict a Liverpool team because of the strength and depth and the rotation. But for a final, it's still in a position where you can just about, and on paper, that is the strongest back four. So that's what he goes with.
Of course, are you in agreement with that? Matip's goal against Leeds, maybe for definite rubber stamping his place over Ibrahima Konate?
I think so, yeah. The Kelleher one's an interesting one, isn't it? Obviously, that's been spoken about at length. Jamie Carragher says he can't get his head around it. I can see where Jurgen Klopp's coming from in terms of giving the player a reward for his form, and there is a bit of a concern that leaving him out would maybe lead to him thinking, well, what am I doing sticking around here for when I can be playing every week somewhere else? There's the argument, just play your best team. So maybe I would start Alisson, but we know that Kelleher's starting, and I think that will be the back four to go with it. Matip and Van Dijk, Robertson and Trent.
We just point out as well that Kelleher is really good at saving penalties, whereas Alisson is not.
Okay, well pointed out. Doyley? What about yourself?
I'd go with Kelleher. I think he deserves to play, and I think he's good enough to play. I mean, the fact that he played against Chelsea, just last month, wasn't it? As I say, at Stamford Bridge, he had a fair enough decent game, and I think he knows the way that Liverpool play, and he certainly won't be overawed by the fact he's playing Chelsea because it's nothing new to him. The back four, I think in each one of the areas of the team, I think there's one decision to make. I mean, I think we're all going to end up picking the same team, which is to second guess the other two lads. But I'd go with them. But if there's any call, it could be different. It could be Konate for Matip. Is the only thing.
Yeah, definitely. Doyley, I'll stick with you then for the midfield. What do you think the three's going to be in there?
Well, it's going to be. I think it'll be Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson. The only thing that might change is whether Henderson comes on, and they might start with somebody like, I don't know, like Keita, possibly.
Okay. Gorsty, what about you for the midfield?
Yeah, I think it will be Henderson. I think he'll come back in and start. I think he's looked sharp when he's come on against Leeds and Norwich. Thiago and Fabinho are shoo-ins for the strongest 11.
Okay. Theo, you completing the set?
Yeah, same trio. I think I wouldn't be surprised if there was a curveball thrown in and maybe you want to do Harvey Elliott just because you get the adrenaline rush there, youngster in a cup final. But the other three, they've got the experience. Henderson's won the League Cup before. You've got the relationship there between Fabinho and Thiago. It is, on paper, Liverpool's strongest trio, and it's the one you want to see in an occasion like this.
Yeah, I suppose also the point, though, on Henderson, Doyley was making, that you also want players who are going to come on and affect the game, and Henderson's certainly done that in recent weeks, certainly in San Siro, didn't he, against Inter Milan? So I suppose we'll have to wait and see. Gorsty, then, you lead us with the forward three. We know the three for the Echo. What's the three going to be for the Reds?
Yeah, I mean, even if Jota is cleared to play, I don't think he will start. I think he'd be a superb impact sub, wouldn't he, if he can, you're getting 30 minutes out of him or, an extra time. So I think it'll be Diaz on the left, Mane down the middle, and Salah on the right.
Okay, Doyley?
Yes.
And Theo?
Yeah, same trio again. They've had finals in the past where they've had to rush players back from injury and they've been a bit crap, let's be honest. Firmino in Madrid, Lallana, Emre Can, they came on, they weren't match fit. You could tell they were ineffectual, but that's because the lack of depth they had. Now they don't need to risk or rush Jota back. And you've got 5 substitutions in this. You can just keep them on the bench and then only use them if you really need to. Liverpool are 3-0 up or something ridiculous like that. You don't even bring him on, you just save him.
Can we say the C word in the podcast?
Yeah, I was going to say, any listeners in Dubai who have since now not been able to listen to our Carabao Cup.
The Dubai Reds will be furious.
Yeah, if they write in, I'll be sending them your way, Theo. So, yeah, nice one. Theo, you brought up penalties before. Put you on the spot. Who are your 5 takers?
If they're still on the pitch, Salah, Milner.
Milner's not in your team.
Milner comes off. Yeah, he comes on, doesn't he? You bring Milner on in like the 118th minute just to take a penalty.
Okay.
It's not like Gareth Southgate where you bring someone on and they'll miss with the first touch. Milner's a pro. Milner scores his penalty.
You just set him up there. That's completely for that.
You definitely find such.
Yeah, it's 5, isn't it? In League
I
Cup,
don't
FA Cup.
remember 5 being made in the League Cup in
Yeah,
other
I
games.
thought it was. I thought it was 3. I'll be honest.
Oh, you made me doubt myself now. I
Did
thought it
it
was
not
5.
change? I thought it changed after a certain round or something like that.
Oh, it must have changed after the quarterfinals, maybe.
Yeah, I think it did.
Anyway, Salah, Milner, Mane because he's confident after AFCON. Jota scored a good one, and then Fabinho.
Yeah, 4 subs were made in the semi-final second leg, as they were in the first leg as well. So we've got to guess. I suppose it'll be five substitutes. Right? Okay, we got your penalty takers there. Well taken on, Theo. What about score predictions, Doyley?
No, don't I get to pick my penalty takers?
Oh, if you want. I thought I was stitching up Theo.
Rude. I don't want to pick them anyway because it's not going to penalties. I think Chelsea. I mean, I'm right in saying this? Chelsea have only lost 4 games all season, haven't they? In all competitions, they're obviously not lost in the League Cup. They got. I think they haven't lost in the FA Cup either. They got beat by West City twice, West Ham, and another game somewhere along the line. Juventus was it? Juventus beat them 1-0, didn't they? And then they beat them 4-0 at home. So I having said that, I think Chelsea have been proper jammy for a lot of this season. Although they played well against Liverpool for half of both games. What's happened then? Lights out for Theo. I think they've been a little bit jammy. I'll be honest. I mean, the amount. It was their top scorer. Is it Jorginho with about 3?
Mason Mount, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought Jorginho was on about 8, but 5 of them were penalties or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like they don't. As Ghosty pointed out at the start of the podcast, that stat, they don't have many shots and they don't score many goals, which is crazy when you think of the attacking players they've got. They've got tons of them. I'll be honest. Theo's churning away there on mute, so I can't hear him.
Lukaku on 10.
Lukaku on 10. Thank you.
Then Jorginho on 9.
So Lukaku, even though there you go, he's in a bit of trouble, but he's not really convinced at Chelsea, but he still scored 10 goals for him. But yeah, I think in short, Liverpool win 2-1. There you go.
That was anything but short.
Liverpool win 2-1, and they will not need extra time to do it.
Okay, Dorsey, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a day for patience. I think Liverpool might squeeze it 1-0.
1-0. And Theo, did you have a prediction or just penalties?
2-1 extra time, Liverpool.
Right, okay, let's wait and see how it does play out. Of course, there will be plenty of build-up, plenty of coverage, plenty of reaction across the Liverpool Echo. These 3 fine gentlemen will all be at Wembley, typing away, covering the events and going-ons as Liverpool do look to win their 9th League Cup title. But from myself, Guy Clark, Ian Doyle, Paul Gorst and Theo Squires, thanks for your time.